9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It is Wednesday. You know what that means? It is Timeless Elite Wednesdays with your PR princess, your Timeless Elite Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this Wednesday edition, the final Wednesday before we head into full gear this weekend. And this is 3 hours, by the way, 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour of Collision coming to you from Boston, Massachusetts. And we do gotta, oh goodness, we have to get your butts in seats because we just got so much stuff for full gear happening. And I think we'll probably get a few last minute matches leading into full gear because I know we have some matches announced for Tailgate Brawl. We got some for the main cards, but we'll see what happens. But get your butts in seats because we are live. So shout out to people in the chat. Shout out to Eric Isaac. Shout out to Boza. Time for your favorite Timeless Elite Wednesdays. I do appreciate that. I try to make sure everything's involved. And also, just a little bit of an update between Adam Page and Katsuyori Shibata. Samoa Joe will be on commentary. So that's going to lead up to the main event. I would think that would be the main event, unless I'm wrong. But it'll be leading up to their steel cage match. But they're going through the card, as we mentioned on our preview during WWT Live. I'm going to feel it's hard for TayJay. They are the ultimate underdogs in this match. They are the underdogs. They are the original BFFs of AEW. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to face off against Bayne and Marina Shafir. Obviously, my gal, Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, the Timeless Love Bombs. That's how they do it against my other gal, Alex Windsor and Riho, because they were a fun tag team. But we got a lot in store happening. I mean, they're in B-Town, Boston. Very curious what match is going to kick off. Losing.
Cut that stuff, so.
Sorry, it's always interrupted. Losing Penelope Ford put TayJay from favorites. It would be a miracle. Exactly, Boza. But we are kicking off with one of the #1 spot. We're kicking off with Bobby Lashley taking on Ricochet. Obviously, we see MVP in the corner. As I mentioned, it'll be Ricochet, Bobby Lashley. The winner of this match will get the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match for the AEW National Championship. That will be put up in display. We're also going to have Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Shelton Benjamin for that #2 spot. So we'll figure out who is #1 and #2. Very curious on who else is going to be in it. And I think I probably said this a couple weeks ago. If MJF does not get involved between Hangman and Samoa Joe, I could see him being in that Casino Gauntlet match. And with the fact, too, he didn't even cash in for his AEW title opportunity. If he's not involved in Hangman and Samoa Joe, I could see him weaseling his way into that Gauntlet match. And also very curious on who else is going to be in it. But we know it's been brewing between Ricochet and Bobby Lashley for the last couple of weeks between the Demand, which is a very interesting name, against the Hurt Syndicate. It's been brewing up since pretty much All Out in Toronto. And it's been very interesting because we've seen them be in tornado matches. We've seen them be in street fights. So much of that. Oh, boy. Yep, Boza, because of the stunt he pulled up for Forbidden Door, is now making winners yeah, pretty much. I think that's going to be the case, but I would not be shocked if he did use that against Hangman, or he could be in the Gauntlet match. So we shall see how that goes. And hi, Zach Minger, National Passenger Princess Day. I've never heard of that day, but obviously, of course, MVP is in the corner. As I mentioned, Shelton Benjamin is not because he's getting ready for his match against Speedball. but we do see the gates of agony at ringside. So MVP and his trusty cane will be helping, but Bobby, he can take care of himself. But MVP with that cane of his, that can be used as a weapon. And we do see Ricochet, because he is an Eagles fan. He did have some Eagles gear where, as I mentioned, we're in Boston. It's the home of the New England Patriots, and they don't like the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm a Dolphins fan. I don't like the Patriots either, but who cares? Oh, and Ricochet has a mic. And he's singing the Eagles fight song. My God. That is so... And it's funny. And it's funny. You're telling this to the franchise that's won 6. Samantha. Oh my goodness. He tried to shout out to his wife, Samantha. Samantha Irvin. And it's funny, he's correcting on the interview with Tony Khan and Ariel Helwani earlier today. We will talk about that interview because I did mention it, but we'll talk about that. Bobby's in the ring. He's like, I just want to fight. Did he just call Bobby Lashley a big bald idiot? Idiot is not even the word. Bobby Lashley ain't an idiot. I will say, since Ricochet has been a heel on AEW, he's gotten a lot more comfortable and confident on the mic. Bobby Lashley is just waiting. I don't blame Bobby. Referee, can you ring the bell, please? Well, Bobby Lashley ain't wasting any time soon. He threw out the trash with Ricochet in the gates of agony. Oh my goodness. You can tell the fans. It's not the Hurt Syndicate. It's just because the fans love Bobby Lashley so much because he's been doing this for so long. They just have so much respect for him. Oh my goodness. Just like ramshacked Ricochet. And with the fact too, he has not suffered a single loss since he's been in AEW. And I just can't believe it's been a year. Bobby Lashley's fired up, and so is MVP. But also feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. Yep, Brian Danielson, you got it right, sir. The bell rang. Oh, and Ricochet put his feet on the ropes, but but feel free to put in the chat who you guys got. Who do you think is going to be the number 1 spot? Is it going to be Ricochet or is it going to be Bobby Lashley? It is going to be a hard one, Boza, because Bobby Lashley has not lost. Ricochet's been on a roll. He can't afford to have any more losses, and he has been on quite a roll of it, and especially beating the Hurt Syndicate in a match during their rivalry. Yeah, Danielson. It's speed versus power. And also, if you did not figure out, Bryan Danielson is part of the commentary team for AEW Dynamite. Oh, Lashley charging in, but it looks like the referee got shielded. Well, at least he was a gentleman and kindly moved the referee out the way. Oh, and Lashley caught him by an instinct. Oh my goodness, that's the power of Bobby Lashley. Because I will remember. Oh my goodness, that spear, that's be it. Ooh, well, it didn't take long, but your winner and the number one spot is Bobby Lashley. He will be getting the number one spot for the Casino Gauntlet match for the AEW National Championship. It's gonna be very interesting because later on we will have Speedball taking on Shelton Benjamin. And what if Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are number 1 and 2? I know they are stable, but every man is for themselves. So you kind of have to be there. Well, hi, Jeff Metterling. I know you like to say this is the WWE Rejects match, but to be fair, this is a good opportunity for them because if you recall, Ricochet was not that good on the mic, and he only had it for his speed. But now, since they're in AEW, this is like the kind of way that he envisioned. Like he gets to play heel. He feels very comfortable as a heel, and he feels confident on the mic. And with Bobby, MVP, and Shelton, like this is the way the Hurt Syndicate was supposed to be, as they were in the Hurt business with WWE. So it's kind of do that. Oh boy. Yeah, Boza, that was pretty interesting to see her. John Moxley on commentary. He was like, "Can I just sit here?" And he's like, "I wasn't even supposed to be here." Oh, and we're hearing from the Ops. Let's hear from Samoa Joe. Oh, so pretty much if he interferes in this match, he has to forfeit his match with Hangman Adam Page this weekend for the AEW World Heavyweight title.
It stands in the form of this man right here, Katsuyori Shibata. Deadly by design.
I do like Shibata as a heel. It's kind of crazy. I do really like him as a heel. It makes him equal amount of more dangerous. I kind of like this heel version of Shibata. I'm not gonna lie. Oh boy, yeah, this $1 million match. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express taking on Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. And I mentioned there is we do have a trios match tonight. So we do have Skyflight, Scorpio Sky, and Top Flight taking on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander right before the big match. And as I mentioned, Kenny Omega is going to be making his return right before his big match. Yeah, we got $1 million match happening. I mean, I did say the richest tag teams, and these guys. Well, we do see the Young Bucks showing a flashback from 2020. That's the $1 million question. Oh boy. I gotta deal with this creep all night. Okay. It's crazy they're showing flashbacks of like from 2022, 2020 of Full Gear with the Young Bucks. Yep, I was at the 200 ton 0 hour. My God, we're gonna have Brian Keith and Big Bill, Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn, the Outrunners, and my guys who can't get along with each other, not the Acclaimed, Caster and Bowens. At least you won't have to deal with him in person. Oh my goodness, he's doing their theme song, and he bought back the entrance. Oh Lord. Dear God, he introduced him. He got the pyro back and everything. Oh boy. Yes, Boza, we gotta sit through 3 hours. Yes, Jeff Mennerling, we have a lot of good matches happening. This is like the big go home show before Full Gear this weekend. As you know, it is this Saturday. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, it's going to be very interesting. Well, Boza, I may have to deal with Don Callis in person because, well, he has to. Well, Kyle Fletcher has a match this weekend against Mark Briscoe. Obviously, we're going to see him against in that $1 million match. Josh Alexander teaming up with the Young Bucks, and oh yeah, that creep accompanying Josh Alexander, especially after what he did to one of Kenny Omega's friends on Collision this past week. I want to go back to Jon Moxley commentating because I know he's like, I'm not even supposed to be here. And I would have said to myself, if he would have put his finger on Tony Schiavone, I think that was when Nigel was ready to tick, tick, tick. It was like one of the few things you could provoke Nigel to do. Because I know Nigel McGuinness probably has some issues. Same thing with Daniel Garcia. Same thing with Daddy Magic. Daddy Magic had a lot of things to say. And we have Skyflight coming out. We have Christopher Daniels and Layla Gray accompany Scorpio Sky and Top Flight to ringside. So I'm happy they are getting some TV time. I think it would be great for them teaming up with Christopher Daniels to at least get that opportunity. I do love the vignettes. It's going to be, oh yeah, Jeff Middling. It's going to be a good match. Oh, Bryan Danielson. I can tell you by the look on Tony Schiavone's face, he's not really happy with Don Callis. But here we go. We have a trios match. The Young Bucks and Josh Alexander taking on Skyflight. So feel free to put in the channel who you guys got. It's going to be a good match. Dante's kicking off. Yeah, Dante and Nick Jackson are kicking off this match. So the athleticism by Nick Jackson. And it's kind of crazy because I would love to see Top Flight go for a shot for those tag team titles because they're still a young team that has they do have learning to do. I mean, this is not their first rodeo because they've been in AEW from the beginning part of it, but really seeing the growth and everything else and just seeing them be a future tag team champions. Ooh, that was a nice move by Dante. It was like even by Dante and Nick Jackson. It was so even. Well, actually, Matt Jackson. It was very even by them. Tag is made. Well, Josh Alexander made the tag. And here comes Darius Martin. Darius. Sorry, I'm getting like interrupted. It's not that good. Even when I tell my parents I'm doing a watch along, they tend to forget. So it's always hard to do. I'm like, I'm on a stream. Yeah, I try to listen to some commentary, but looking back at this, we have Josh Alexander and Darius. Tag is made to Dante. But nice double team athleticism by Top Flight. This is why. Oh, and Scorpio Sky coming in. Oh, that was such a double leapfrog. I do love the combo trios by Skyflight. Oh man, Scorpio Sky. That's why he's sort of the muscle there. And also make sure to check out his match against Kyle Fletcher from over the weekend on Collision because he is a former TNT champion. And oh, here's Nicholas. Oh, that was actually a very good move. Not gonna lie, that was pretty impressive by Nick Jackson. Oh, Dante, and then a kick by Matthew. But Scorpio Sky, it's just like bodies flying everywhere. Nice counter by Josh Alexander. I feel like there were so many bodies everywhere. Oh my goodness, it's like everywhere. Josh Alexander putting on a little bit on a Scorpio Sky. And I think Christopher Daniels is looking at concern. But I'm watching this on TBS and the matches on picture-in-picture. I do like it. But it does get a little bit annoying for a while because it's on picture-in-picture and then seeing the match. But the match is still going live. And I'm trying to look at it. But quick kick out made by Scorpio. Yeah, because it's Scorpio Sky and Josh Alexander. But yeah, and I can't believe it's not even 8:30 yet. Definitely. In the last 6 years, I've seen the Young Bucks be a good team, but now they're... Well, definitely, to be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of the Young Bucks, but this match, and also the match they had at All in Texas, and also some of the matches they had this year, they are one of the best tag teams. You can't deny them wrestling-wise on what they've done. Wrestling-wise, they are definitely one of the best tag teams. Now, the other part of, the arrogance and everything else, that's a different conversation to have. Because, I don't need to see the Young Bucks on TV every week. They can, take a break. They can take a break, do whatever thing else they do their thing, and, yeah, they'll be done with all that. But, like I said, this match is still going on picture-in-picture with... I'm trying to think which Young Buck is it. I believe I want to say that Nicholas in the ring. And the only reason I could tell that's Nicholas is Nicholas can be a little bit of a hothead at times, but we're just getting started. We have a special 3-hour edition of AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision with yours truly. And we got a lot more action to go to. And I feel like 3 hours isn't that bad. Now, if it was 4 hours, that'd be a whole different conversation. And I've done 4 hours. I've done back-to-back 4 hours. It's been, sometimes it's never fun, but that's okay. But happy to have everybody in the chat with me, looking on this exciting trios match that is ready to kick off AEW Dynamite. And we have so many matches happening later on. And I do see the commercial for Full Gear happening. And I just can't believe it's this Saturday in the Garden State. And I'm very excited to see it happening. So it looks like there's a little bit of fraction between the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander, but they need to get on the same page because they're in a big match this Saturday on Collision. It's a million dollar match. They need to get their head in the games. Looks like there's a little bit of friction. Oh boy. Oh, quick out by Scorpio Sky. Quick kick out by Josh Alexander. They need to get it together because Sky Flight, they're on the same page. They're in sync with each other. Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks need to get on the same page. They got a big match this weekend. Ooh, that was a nice move by Darius. And Darius taking out both members of the Young Bucks. Ooh, that was a nice counter by Darius. Quick kick out made by Josh Alexander. Yeah, it's hard to believe this. It's hard to believe. Like I said. It's hard to believe. Oh, what's Scorpio Sky doing here? It looks like, oh my goodness, nice combination by Darius and Scorpio Sky. And the Young Bucks made the save for the cover. Well, I thought we were going to get another super kick, but we didn't. That you got to see the replay of that. That was crazy. That was so crazy by Darius. By Dante and Scorpio Sky. That was a good combination right there. Oh, look, another super kick. Yay. They're just clearing it out. And what are they going to do here? I can't believe people are saying EVP trigger, but miscommunication. Here comes Dante. Dante's going to fly. leaping like a madman. On to Josh Alexander, 2, 1, 2. Quick kick out made by Josh Alexander. And the fans are chanting AEW. Oh, nice. Oh my goodness, that was very interesting. What's Shota? Oh, he put that same submission hold onto Collision this past weekend. And it looks like the Young Bucks are trying to take away. And Dante has no choice but to submit. But your winners of this match is Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks, even though they were not on the same page. But they got to be on the same page for this weekend. Josh Alexander's trying to do the Young Bucks pose. And then, of course, that group Don Callis coming in the ring. And he's got a mic. So what is he going to say? He's bringing out the rest of the Don Callis family, so oh boy. What important things does he have to say? Bose, I think you're right. I don't think they're going to join the Don Callis family because I think they have self-doubts in them. But let's see what they have to say. I think because it's not their money. I'm very curious on how they're going to answer that. Very interesting. This is kind of like the one thing I wish they said no. See, look, they both looked at Kenny Omega. You know, I think with everything that's happened, they still care about Kenny. With everything. And speaking of Kenny Omega, there he is. And he has a steel chair, but I was like, I don't think Kenny's that stupid. Kenny Omega's charging at the Don Callis family one by one with a steel chair. And going after Josh Alexander. Then it's a dynamic. Him and the Young Bucks. Yeah, Boza, I think that's what's it gonna be. Well, look at Kenny Omega. He's trying to convince the Young Bucks. And it's kind of crazy. They're showing the flashbacks of Full Gear when they did win the trios belts at Full Gear in the last, I think it was 2019. Josh, what? Oh boy. They really want to put a beating. He really wants to put a beating on Kenny Omega. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think it's more between Don Callis and Kenny Omega. That's what it is. I don't think it has to do with the money. Even though the Young Bucks want the money. But are they going to do the EVP trigger on their friend? But here comes Jurassic Express. Here comes Jurassic Express. Is that Jack Perry with a big shovel? And what does Luchasaurus have? I guess they had to grab some weapons in the bag. I think that's a vacuum cleaner Luchasaurus have. And also with the fact too, Jurassic Express pretty much is the richest tag team. Well, Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega clean house, and oh boy, the $1 million match. I feel like this match is going to be so much in chaos. It's going to be more than just about money. But we do see the fans waving for Jurassic Express. Yeah, Kenny Omega is limping after that heinous ankle lock. And we do see Luchasaurus. And we see the Babes of Wrath with the lovely Renee Paquette. It's nice to see the Babes of Wrath. Yes. And also Harley Cameron has a big match tomorrow at Ring of Honor, where she will face off against Athena for the Ring of Honor World's Women's Championship. I love the Babes of Wrath. I love it. They got their own chant too. The Babes of Wrath. Look at Toni Schiavone's face. Oh yeah, Bob Connell. So Bob Connell passed away this past week from Jim Crockett. So I'm happy AEW is paying tribute to him, Bob Connell. But I just saw Toni Schiavone's face because I'm pretty sure he was disgusted from seeing Don Callis. Yes. Bob Caldo. I'm happy they did serve in memory of him because he did pass away on Monday. He was part of Jim Crockett Promotions. Toni Schiavone was familiar with him. And you can never forget the announcers because the announcers are usually the backbones of professional wrestling and they tell the story. And that's one of the things I love. Oh my God. Yes, Toni Schiavone did tell a great story. It's just the look on his face. I think he was still disgusted from earlier with Don Callis. I'm just like, oh boy. But we go to commercial and happy to be with all of you because we're just trying to get through hour number one. We're just getting through hour number one. We're just getting started with all of you. And yeah, it is really interesting to see, but happy to be with all of you. We got a lot of energy. Got a lot of energy happening. And we're just getting started, but very happy to see that heartfelt tribute. Very happy to see. So very, very happy to see that, but happy to be with all of you on this edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday. We got a lot happening in store. Oh, I love that. I grew up with Bob Call as a teenager and as an adult now. He was a good announcer. Oh, see, I love hearing stories about that, but definitely shedding out well wishes to Bob Call's family, friends, and loved ones in this time of need, especially around the holidays, because nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose what's happening, especially right during the holiday seasons, because Thanksgiving is next week. So sending best wishes out to his loved ones, his family, friends, everybody that knew him. And love that Toni Schiavone got to share stories about it. But very happy, and also very happy I got to see the babes of wrath. Got to see the babes of wrath. So very happy to see that, and very happy to be with all of you. And we're just getting started because we're almost done hour number 1. We got 2 more hours left, but we could pull through this. But happy to be with all of you. And yeah, it's just always a hard part waiting for all these commercials because we still got a lot of action to go. I'm just still trying to get over the fact because I do have a feeling that we may see a reuniting of the elite. No, it's not that bad. 4 hours, that's a bit of a conversation to have. And we are going to do the second match to find out who is number 2 in the Casino Gauntlet match. We have Shelton Benjamin taking on Speedball Mike Bailey, and we see MVP again. So nice to see him back again. Obviously, we know Bobby Lashley got the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. It's going to be very interesting because if Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin get 1 and 2 respectively, oh my. Shout out to Eddie Foster. Thank you. And you're not looking too shabby yourself. Happy to have you on the special 3-hour edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday. We have 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour Collision. This is the final go-home show. This is the final go-home show before Full Gear. And happy to have you have me on that. We just kicked off with our first match where we had Bobby Lashley and Ricochet, where the winner got the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match, and we had Bobby Lashley win it. We also had an amazing and high-flying trios match. Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks taking on Skyflight, and we did see an appearance with Kenny Omega. It's going to be very interesting. Speedball Mike Bailey coming out, and we do see his tag team partner Kevin Knight out for support, because we want to make sure he comes out with support from his tag team partner. But Kevin Knight's going to the back because he knows his tag team partner can handle it on his own. So it's always good. What would MVP? I know. It's like, what if they're 1 and 2? That would just be brace yourselves. I would feel bad for whoever's number 3. Oh man, there's just so much. Yeah, oh my goodness, this Casino Gauntlet match. There's just so much that can happen. But I do think MJF may make an appearance. If he doesn't make an appearance in the AEW World Heavyweight title, I could see him being in the Casino Gauntlet match. All right, so here we go. We got this match. The winner of this match gets number 2. Speedball trying to put a handshake in there. Shelton, handshake of respect. I'm sure some of these guys met at that point before they got here. So handshake of respect. But here we go. It's going to be a really good match. Shelton Benjamin. I just remember seeing him in WWE, and I feel like he still looks the same. Even at 50, he can still go. And it's just crazy. Oh, and thanks for the note, Boza. Happy to see MVP on commentary because I don't, because he wasn't on commentary for the first one. You had to make sure he had his cane in his hand. Oh, so next week on Thanksgiving Eve, they will be returning with the Continental Classic next week. It's going to be very interesting to see that. So the Continental Classic will return. It will start off its tournament next week. Very curious on who's going to be in it. I can see a few people that could be in it, especially from last year. I could definitely see Speedball. and Shelton Benjamin being in that Continental Classic, I could really see possibly Brody King. I could see Ricochet being in there because Ricochet definitely had a very good outing on it. And you know who I want to see? I don't know, and I don't know who's going to happen. There's so many people. I want to see Takeshita. I want to see, because I feel like they're going to build up Takeshita versus Okada at World's End, because that's the only way I could see that happening. MVP saying the standard of excellence. Shelton Benjamin. The standard of excellence. And I call it Continental Classic Mayhem. Bo says, like, I can't see Okada. Well, I mean, they're not going to be in the same bracket. They could be the opposite brackets, but it will be very interesting to tell. Oh, Speedball Mike Bailey putting a submission hold onto Shelton Benjamin, but Shelton's trying to block it. Oh, nice counter by Speedball. Oh, right off the top rope. Speedball has that feet of fury. He has a feet of fury and he has legs and he's going up at the top rope. Oh, and Shelton already caught him. Ooh, that was a nasty powerbomb on the mat. Jeez. Wow. Oh boy, that was a very nasty powerbomb. But match is in picture, with the match is still going live. I'm watching this on TBS. I'm not watching this on Max. But yeah, I'm just looking at your chats. Next week, we get the Continental Classic. Boza, yes, you're going to get a lot of Continental Classic mayhem throughout the rest of 2025. And also, before I do, we're going to see how this is going to work for Full Gear, because I will be there in person. We're just going to figure out how this is going to work with the live stream. So it's first time testing for everything, and it's going to happen. But next week, Wednesday, since it is Thanksgiving Eve, you will be getting a special Thanksgiving Eve edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday. So you get to spend it the night before Thanksgiving with me, and we get to see who is going to be in the Continental Classic. There's just so many people that you could really think of. I mean, as I mentioned, Shelton Benjamin, Mike Bailey, some of the people that had amazing standouts last year, like Brody, Ricochet. I know Will Ospreay's not going to be in it this year because of his injury. Same thing with Swerve. They're not going to be in it because of their injury. Daniel Garcia had a good, solid outing in the Continental Classic. There's a lot of people. I could see, like I said, I could see Brody. I wouldn't mind seeing Bandino. Maybe I know Commander came in like later and he had a good performance. I mean, we had the Beast Mortos in there. There's a lot of people you could pick. There's so many people that you could pick in that. And I said this earlier in the year, and I don't know, it sounds crazy, but I wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Bowens be in that Continental Classic. Definitely having that performance. It would definitely be more fun for him to be in it. And also, who knows? We may, as both of you said, Ring of Honor could be another thing too. We could see some guys from Ring of Honor. We may see some people from New Japan come in if Mr. Tanahashi makes that call. There's a lot of angles that they could go with this, but I'm very curious on who is going to be in the Continental Classic. So you get to spend Thanksgiving Eve with me. So we're back live with the match on who gets the number 2 spot for the Full Gear Casino Gauntlet match. Will it be Shelton Benjamin or would it be Speedball Mike Bailey. And it looks like Shelton Benjamin's been getting a lot of upper hand here. MVP is on commentary with Toni Schiavone, Excalibur, and Bryan Danielson. Stop playing with your food. Just go and eat. I'm laughing at MVP's commentary. It's very crucial, especially if like you're number one. Speedball. It's gonna be very interesting because, like I said, if Shelton Benjamin's number 2 and Bobby Lashley's number 1, I will feel so bad who's number 3. Speedball's using those legs of fury. Oh man, look at that. That was a nice counter by Speedball. Trying to put a submission hold on Shelton, but Shelton's trying to block it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I'm sorry, but I'm laughing at MVP doing commentary. I'm just laughing at this so much. It's very hard because we've had MVP, we had Don Callis. Then I had to listen to Jon Moxley on commentary over the weekend. And you know what person Jon Moxley would not do commentary to? He would not do commentary alongside Bryan Danielson. Because Bryan Danielson has some tricks up his sleeve. Because he still has to get his look back with the Death Riders. So, oh, that was a nasty bump by Speedball. That is true. He is one of the greatest. I can't argue with that, Shelton Benjamin. It's just kind of crazy watching Shelton Benjamin from his WWE career and just seeing like his matches. I remember the first night he was on Raw, he beat Triple H on his first night on Raw. And I remember JR's reaction when he won. But nice move by Speedball. As long as this match... I hope Sheldon better get back in the ring. He doesn't want to lose by countout. As long as it doesn't end. Thank God this is not on a time limit, because I would have been very upset. There's Speedball. What's Speedball doing? Ooh, that was a nice, impressive move. Kick out made by Shelton. This is actually a good match between these two athletes. Pretty much, you would pretty much have to knock him in a way. Oh my goodness, Speedball. Quick kick out and Speedball, he's trying to put the submission hold in, but Shelton is countering it. Oh man, that's a rough armbar to get off of. Oh man, that was pretty impressive. Speedball. What's Speedball doing? Oh, that was a quick roll up. Ooh, that was a nasty super kick. That was a nasty. What? No, wait a minute. Was the match done? Did Speedball have his shoulders? MVP's like irate. He's calling it for a 2 count, but I was like, wait a minute. Oof, Speedball got thrown around like a rag doll. Oof, Speedball's like knocked out. Yeah, I was like, wait, it had to be. But this is actually not a coincidence. Shelton Benjamin got number 2. This is, I feel bad. I feel bad for anybody that's going to be drafted number 3. I feel like the only way it could be a number 3. Yeah, I'm very curious on who's going to be number 3. I hope. And, oh, we have a tag team match. We have Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong taking on Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. We got a bonus tag team match. They're really trying to stack this card in. Well, I mean, we're obviously going to go into a little bit of an overrun because after this is all over, they're going to do a countdown to Full Gear where they're going to show all the top storylines happening leading up to Full Gear. So it makes sense. Boza, Conglomeration Boulevard. That needs to be a series, by the way. We need Tony Khan, and I said this many times because I know we got all these sleazebag billionaires buying all this conglomeration. Tony Khan might as well should buy Warner Brothers, for God's sake. And he could do a series called Conglomeration Boulevard. Take the format you would get from Beverly Hills 90210. And it would be cool if he did have some of the stars from Beverly Hills 90210, considering he has Jack Perry, who is the son of Luke Perry, the late Luke Perry, that played in Beverly Hills 90210. That would definitely draw a lot of ratings. And it brings a lot of nostalgic in there. But that's just me. But yeah, we got a special 3.5 hour, and we're just getting ready. We're just completing hour number 1. I know people on YouTube released the tag. There needs to be a series yesterday. I'm saying it should be. It should be a series. I mean, I would watch that series if I had to. I would definitely watch that series. But we're just getting completed with hour number 1. I just can't believe it. We completed. And hi, Tommy T. Thank you for joining on this special 3-hour edition of Timeless Elite Wednesdays with yours truly, your PR princess, your Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me. It has been a while, but we're happy that you came and joining because, you know, you missed a few things because now we know who has the number 1 and 2 spot for the Casino Gauntlet match. Number 1, we have Bobby Lashley. Number 2, we have Shelton Benjamin. Oh my. Like I said, I'm very nervous who is going to be drafted number 3. Oh boy, this could be, it's going to be very interesting to see because they got to go one-on-one with each other. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Oh boy. Ooh, a little sleepy after an interesting day, but thanks, Rosa. I'm very excited to attend Full Gear. I'm just so happy that it's back in the Garden State of New Jersey. I know there was a few times it was at the West Coast for a time, but very happy to see that. And yeah, and we got the Death Riders. We got Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Obviously, of course, we are going to see Marina Shafir a little bit later on tonight. So we're going to see Marina Shafir. Yeah, we see Marina Shafir and Daniel Garcia accompanying them to the ring. And like I said, we are going to see Marina Shafir a little bit later on tonight. I had to put myself on mute really quick because I posted something on social because they did post the tribute of Bob Caudle on AEW social. So I'm really happy they did pay tribute to him. I don't think WWE did in a way, but I know everybody else did. But I was very happy AEW really took a step further and really did embrace that. But yeah, we got some tag team action tonight. As I mentioned, we are seeing and we see Roddy. We see this is so weird because Roddy's in the ring and his wife is on the opposite of the enemies. And this is an interesting pair. Roddy and Orange Cassidy, two guys who actually fought for the AEW International title. And of course, I mean, I have to put my shades on for this. Freshly squeezed. Orange Cassidy, after taking that brutal and victorious, he has his Canadian tuxedo. He's just like, I'm just here. I'm just enjoying myself. I just have to put my shades on for a little bit. But yep, in the words of the Pixie, where is my mind? Yes, she comes out to play. Courtney Cassidy. Look at John. He's like ready to go. Like, I'm Mr. Tough Guy and everything. Yes, Courtney Cassidy comes to play. It's crazy. It's been close to a year since Mox and Orange Cassidy faced off in the main event for the AEW World title in his home state of New Jersey. It's just kind of crazy because, like, I got to see Orange Cassidy do a promo. It's freshly squeezed, and I didn't like the way they threw the shirt at Roddy. But the fans are chanting, freshly squeezed! Here we go. We got a bonus tag team match, as Boza would say. We're in Conglomeration Boulevard. The unusual pairing of Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy. It's kind of surprising. Orange Cassidy goes against Jon Moxley. Well, like I said, them two know each other very well, especially as I mentioned, it's been a year since they faced off for the AEW World title last year at Full Gear. Oh God, it's Mox. It looks like Moxley's about to be busted open again. It's funny Daniel Garcia and Marina Shafir are out here. Well, I will say this, Daddy Magic is calling. No, Jeff Metterling, you're good. Thank you, by the way, because I got to do my football picks for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills will be taking on the Houston Texans tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. So make sure to put your football picks in. And it's actually a good week for me because the Dolphins are on bye this week. So I get to watch football stress-free and relax. So the boys have a bye after getting the unthinkable win from Madrid. So I get to enjoy football this week. But also college, Texas A&M plays against Stanford this weekend because we are number 3 in the college playoff ranking. We just have to make sure we keep that streak alive because we got 2 games left. We have Stanford and Texas. But switching gears from football to wrestling, we do see Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli taking on as I mentioned, Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy, because Roddy and Orange, they've been going at each other's throats for a while. If you recall, Roderick Strong did beat Orange Cassidy to become AEW International Champion. So it's going to be very interesting. As I mentioned, we are going to see Marina Shafir a little bit later on because her and Megan Bayne will be taking on TayJay, the underdogs. And look, Orange Cassidy, look, behind no hands with his pocket. Ooh, they just took out his legs. I'm just curious how Roddy and Orange are going to work together. And I know Roddy said he wants to take out the Death Riders, but he has to do it with a conglomeration. As I mentioned, he's like an acquaintance. He's like an acquaintance of the conglomeration. He's like, I'm just here to beat up the Death Riders because I can't do it by myself. And also, we did find out this weekend at Full Gear, Darby Allin will be going one-on-one with Pac. And Jon Moxley will be going one-on-one with Kyle O'Reilly this weekend. Roddy reminds me of that annoying neighbor. He does it with those glasses on and everything. It's just crazy. But, Roddy, he's just there. He's like that acquaintance with the conglomeration. He's like, all right, I'll rock with you. And they're chanting you tap out because he did tap out last week at Blood and Guts. Actually, this is the third time. This is the third time this year Jon Moxley tapped out. Because the first time he tapped out was against Hangman at All In Texas. He tapped out against Darby at Wrestle Dream. And then he tapped out last week. Orange Cassidy looking at flying, but the power of Claudio Castagnoli. But nice counter. But freshly squeezed. I think after this, we'll probably... Where's the girls to counter? Jeff Metterling, just to let you know, Marina Shafir will be in action later tonight. Her and Megan Bayne will be facing off against TayJay. Oh my goodness, look at the power of Claudio. He's just throwing Orange Cassidy like a rag doll. Hold on. Oh my goodness, gave a nasty uppercut to him. And Roddy. Ooh, Jon Moxley took him out. I think we're going to probably see Kyle O'Reilly come out because, like I mentioned, Kyle O'Reilly, he has a match with Moxley this weekend. We're probably going to see a glimpse of Darby. Look, man, no hands. No hands in his pocket. What's he going to do here? He's like, down below. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just very curious how Roddy and Orange are going to be on the same page. But this match is in picture-in-picture. Well, Jeff Metterling, to be fair, WWE has some really good women's wrestlers. I just think and we talked about this many times, creatively. It's just mostly on the creative part because there are some hits, there are some misses, but I do think they need to do it with the board of all the women, not just picking out which one is which. They need to have equal accessibility and quality with all of them. That's what I'm thinking, Boza. I think they're probably going to do the tag team on the Collision. Yeah, I could see Red Velvet Mercedes being on Dynamite with the fact, and I know Boss Lady has said this many times, I just don't want this to be a squash with Red Velvet because this is her first match coming back from injury. I don't want to be a squash match. And I would love to see Chris Statlander make an appearance because Mercedes has a big match against Chris Statlander. I've seen on socials, I've seen Mare, I've seen Will make this about Mercedes and everything else. And we will be doing bold predictions on Friday. I do think Chris Statlander is going to retain this weekend. And the biggest question is, And it's not because of Mercedes, because wrestling-wise, she is definitely one of the best female wrestlers. Nothing against her wrestling. But I think this is going to lead to a bigger thing, because are you protecting your homegrown who's been there since day one, like your Chris Statlanders, your Orange Cassidys, Darby Allin, Daniel Garcia, MJF? Or are you protecting your shiny new toys that you sign and shoot them all the way up to the top, like a Mercedes, a Young Bucks, Okadas, FTRs of the world? That's going to be a bigger question, because the last thing I want is for Statlander to be a transitional champion. And the only reason Mercedes got it was she couldn't beat Toni Storm. That's all I'm saying. But that'll be another conversation probably on Friday. But we're back live with AEW Dynamite. We have Roderick Strong. We have a bonus tag team match. We're on Conglomeration Boulevard, as Boza pointed out, because he was the one that made that idea. So I have to give a shout out to him. Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, an unusual tag team taking on the Death Riders, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Obviously, of course, we do have Marina Shafir and Daniel Garcia at ringside. So, but it's going to be very interesting, because there's a lot of things. As I mentioned, this Saturday on Collision, it will be Pac taking on Darby Allin at Full Gear this weekend. And we're also going to see Kyle O'Reilly in one of his biggest matches so far on AEW. He'll be going one-on-one with Jon Moxley. I was very intrigued on how Roddy and Orange are going to team up together, with the fact Roddy did beat him for the AEW International title. Quick kick out by Claudio. Boom. Claudio's just cleaning house on both Orange and so Orange, like I said, it's just crazy. It's been a year. It's just been a year since Orange Cassidy kind of. I still believe he's gonna be AEW World Champion. I just want him to be put in a good storyline, because last year because I was very happy he was put with somebody that he had familiarity with him and Mox. I just don't want him to. I just don't want Yeah, they said a lot. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's been a year that they've met in the main event. It was a good fall. It was a really good build up, by the way. It was a really good build up. And just the early start of the Death Riders kind of wreaking havoc. But it's just crazy how a year happens, because pretty much the only stable that really kind of stood up and really kind of took it to the limit was the Conglomeration. It was just a matter of time on when the Conglomeration, because I know they had to deal with issues with the Don Callis family, but I'm happy finally that they're focusing on the Death Riders and, of course, Darby Allin, because Darby Allin cannot do it by himself. But Roddy, he's putting that. Oh Lord, if Jon Moxley taps, what are we doing here? But Roddy, he's got that submission all locked in, and Daniel Garcia, where's Daddy Magic when you need him? Because I know Daddy Magic wants a piece of Daniel Garcia, and I'm pretty sure Nigel McGuinness wants a piece of Daniel Garcia. Kick out made by Orange Cassidy. We may see an appearance by Kyle O'Reilly, and I'm pretty sure we'll see your appearance by Pac. And possibly Darby. Ooh, that was a nice move by Roddy. Ooh, nice suplex by Roddy. Orange Cassidy. I am getting annoyed, but I mean, look, I got nothing against Daniel Garcia. I know he's doing his job, but it would have made more sense if you would have brought Daddy Magic out, because Daddy Magic wants a piece of Daniel Garcia. And of course, we got that creep Wheeler Yuta. Where's Kyle O'Reilly? Because I know Kyle O'Reilly has a match. Get him, Orange! Get that little red out of here. Where is Kyle O'Reilly? Oh my God. Well, that was very interesting. I mean, I understand you're trying to build up John, but it's a mission hold. But the winner is Moxley and Claudio, and he ain't let it go of Orange. Why didn't Kyle O'Reilly come out? Well, actually, he needed this win a lot more badly, because right before his match against Kyle O'Reilly this weekend, if that little run didn't get involved, I could have saw Orange Cassidy get a victory, but of course they're just putting the beating on. See, and here's Kyle O'Reilly. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Darby come out. Kyle O'Reilly with the ankle lock. I would like to see Daddy Magic come out. Look at that! That little run Wheeler Yuta trying to do Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's like, nope. I am not doing it. But I guess they have to do the double kick on him. Look at Kyle O'Reilly! Orange Cassidy, get out of here. Take the garbage out of here. You know, I will say, even though they are down 2 members injured, Hologram's injured, and Tomohiro Ishii is injured, I have to say the conglomeration's holding on their own. And I know Mark Briscoe, he still has his issues with Kyle Fletcher. Oh, I don't mean to laugh at anybody, but it's just the way he screamed. But it looks like Jon Moxley's knee. He was screaming. But Kyle O'Reilly put out the challenge. He put out the challenge for Full Gear this weekend. Because I don't think it's official yet, but he put out the challenge. Man, Moxley's irate. I mean, I've seen him irate, but Kyle O'Reilly's putting out the challenge. Oh man, no holds barred? What? Oh man. No holds barred. See, I kind of love this aggression. They're trying to tap out. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a no holds barred match between Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley. I'm happy Kyle O'Reilly's getting his shine this weekend. He picked up one of the biggest wins in his life last week. Hang on, Courtney, for that now. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot more chaos. I could see, like, well, what other remaining members of the conglomeration I could see helping if the Death Riders come in. I feel like Daddy Magic would be good. Oh, we're going to hear from Brodino.
And this Saturday at Full Gear, we'll be going home empty-handed because we're going to keep these AEW tag teams.
I really want Brodino to retain.
Yeah. Remember, Brodino never stops fighting.
Never stops fighting. I love the handshake that they do. And look, there is Mercedes. She has a red carpet out. She has everything that she needs. The interim Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Well, she has the red carpet out for her. That's okay, Jeff Menderling. It's all good. All good. I did see that on socials, that her set. I did see that, and I did feel bad for her. I did feel really, really bad. So, we shall see. And obviously, I just can't believe. Sorry, I'm always looking on social to see what's happening. It's nice to get a break in. But I can't believe we're at 9:30. It's just crazy. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, we're almost at 9:30. I just can't believe we're like halfway through hour number 2. Yeah, I'm very happy to take you guys virtually. Yes. Oh, I know you weren't on WWT Live on Monday, but Boss Lady hadn't been nervous. Yeah, it's very interesting. I did put in my thoughts in this. I was very concerned when I did this, but you know what else is not concerning? The Women's Wrestling Archive, where you get to support all things women's wrestling, and you get to support it all, and you can support it on Giving Tuesday, and you can check out this latest initiative that Women's Wrestling Talk is doing right now.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's gonna pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
All support of good cause, and we're just getting up to speed with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express. Money can't buy happiness, and Kenny Omega's not happy that Josh Alexander took 2 of his friends, Kota Ibushi and Mike Igazawa. Night bang! Jurassic Express. Oh my goodness. Oh! I got Mother. Oh, I love this entrance. The Timeless Love Bomb. I gotta like this entrance. Toni's not much of a dancer, but she's trying. It reminds me of Michael Jackson. Smooth Criminal. I do love it. I do love this. Oh, I produced it from the future. Nice to see. Hey, Dylan, be nice. It wasn't the Bushwhackers. Tweet that name on social. Bloody good time. Oh my goodness. Probably Will Ospreay. But no, it wasn't the Bushwhackers. It reminded me of Michael Jackson. Because, you know, the Smooth Criminal music video, the black and white. I love it. The timeless love bomb. I mean, hey, Tony's got some moves. This is really going to be a fun match. I will say this will be really fun. Alex, Windsor, and Riho. I know Will Ospreay's cheering for his woman at home, but get well soon, bruv. We miss ya. Yes, we are getting a quarterfinal match on Dynamite. And there's Riho. This is actually a tag team that does make sense. And they're an international tag team, by the way, too. Riho from Japan. Alex Windsor from the UK. It's going to be very interesting. I know I'm focusing on this one with my mother and my lady Alex Windsor, but TayJay is going to be the underdogs in that match. I know people are nervous for Red Velvet, which am I. I'm just very nervous about TayJay. I know they can handle their fights in their cell, but oh my goodness. It will take a miracle. Well, here comes the Riho is going to start off, and we have Mina Shirakawa. These two ladies are going to start off here. We got some ladies action. Dylan, sad you need a tournament to get more than one. Well, Dylan, what do you expect? I mean, I know I'm not really happy with the storylines, but people have been clamoring to get the AEW women's tag team titles for months, unfortunately. But some storylines, well, I just hope they do expand a lot more storylines in this. That's all I have to say. This is going to be a fun match. And also, again, shout outs to all the ladies that participating in the Blood and Guts match. Look at Riho. Rio's looking like, huh? Because Riho can be playful too. Alex wins. Alex Windsor and Toni. I'm pretty sure they probably rehearsed this. Ooh, the mime? Look at them. Look at them. They're just so fun. I feel like they know each other. Oh, nice. Oh, just confirmed Columbus. Yep, I did see that. Columbus, Ohio will be getting a 2-night Ring of Honor Final Battle and Collision. That's going to be fun. And oh, it's coming back to Atlanta for Dynamite. So amazing. Amazing. I'm happy to see a lot of these cities. And also, if you did not know, later in the month of December, they will be back at Hammerstein Ballroom. So if you're in New York, go check them out during Christmas time. It's a fun time. Take down by Alex Windsor and Toni Storm. Ooh, nice one by Alex Windsor. I feel like they would boo anybody that attacks Toni, but I give an exception to Alex Windsor because it's all fun and games. But nice tag team by Riho and what is Riho doing? Oh my goodness, that was a nice move. Quick out made by Toni. I have to see if Riho and Toni Storm have ever fought against each other before. Because I know Riho was the inaugural AEW Women's Champion. I have to see if they ever fought before, because I'm pretty sure they probably did at some point before Toni Storm became timeless. This is probably before, but I have to look that up if they ever face off against each other. Ooh, nice one by Mina. I will say I did meet Mina Shirakawa at WrestleCon. She's very sweet, but she is very tiny. And she's a good dancer, as she would say. She's a good dancer. She's so adorable. Oof. I just applaud all the ladies in the Blood and Guts match last week. I applaud them for competing tonight. And they put a reminder in, Collision will be live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 2023. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Boza. I know they met before. 2023 World's End. Toni Storm turned back Riho to keep her AEW Women's Championship. I knew they meted at a match at some point. They had to. But that's good. But we have one of two AEW Women's Tag Team quarterfinal matches. The Timeless Love Bomb. The Timeless Love Bomb against Alex Windsor and Riho. And it's definitely going to be a good match. Happy that that's on Collision. It will be very interesting to see TayJay and the Death Riders take TayJay taking on Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne. Oh my god. And also with the fact too, as I mentioned, Kenny Omega did a promo as well saying money can't buy happiness. Money can't buy friendship. And we shall see. We shall see on that, because it's going to be a lot of emotions are going to come, because this is going to be more than just money in the $1 million match between the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander taking on Kenny and Kota. Oh my God, Kota Ibushi. Jurassic Express. And you know why? I have Kota Ibushi on my mind. I had Kota Ibushi on my mind because he is out for the year. He is out. And it sucks too, because like I feel like if Kota Ibushi wasn't seriously hurt, he could have been involved somewhat with the Don Callis family. But I'm looking at this match. I'm okay with him being picture in picture, but it always takes away from it. But we're continuing. So we see Riho and Mina Shirakawa. It looks like Riho is putting a submission hold on it. So it's going to be very interesting with Dynamite. But also feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. Do you have the Timeless Love Bomb? Or do you have Alex Windsor and Riho advancing? It's hard to choose because I love Alex Windsor and she's my lady. She's my gal and all, but I can't turn my back on Toni Storm. Can't do that. And I do think the Timeless Love Bomb will last. It's just the way they dressed up. They just look like Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. Tag is made to Riho. And the match is back, and we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. We have the quarterfinals for the AEW Women's World Tag Team title match. We have Riho and Alex Windsor taking on the Timeless Love Bomb of Mina Shirakawa and Timeless Toni Storm. So, I love it. What is it? Oh, nice DDT onto Riho. Yes, Jeff Metterling, you need to. Yes, they're definitely having a bloody good time. Here comes Toni Storm taking on Alex Windsor. I'd enjoy them as a team together. Toni. And also, Jeff Metterling, you need to see. I can't wait to see what Courtney does when she starts to. It's interesting because when she first started Timeless Toni Storm, she was a heel. She started off as a heel, so I was okay with that. People thought she was crazy, but I understood what she was doing. So I'm still gonna like Toni. It's gonna be very interesting on like how vicious she'll be as a heel. It'll be very interesting to see. Kick out Bayne by Alex Windsor. It's gonna be very interesting to see her be as a heel. Ooh, look at Mina. She's putting that holding. Oof. That has to hurt with the legs. That has to hurt. Mina Shirakawa putting a submission hold in. Ooh. And I love that Brian Danielson put in as a British wrestler. Well, Dylan, you're right. It could happen sooner than later. So we shall see. But also you have to think too, if Toni is a heel, I mean, outside of Willow, who else is going to have a big... Well, actually, this could be very interesting because I have a feeling she may be heel, but she may face off against Jamie Hayter. Because Jamie Hayter's a face, because you can't have two baby faces facing off against each other. So somebody has to be the heel. And plus, Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm have a story they need to finish telling. My God. That had to hurt. And Mina putting the submission hold onto Riho. Ugh, Rio's not the person. Look, she's like, it's like a slap back and forth. And then reverse. Oh, Toni! She reversed. This is too fun to watch. And look, Alex, she reversed the submission. And then Toni reversed the submission. She's like, no, you don't. Ooh, double headbutt by these two. Double headbutt. These ladies are putting on a match. I actually like it. It is fun to watch, I will say. Brava to all four of these ladies. You know what? I don't care. I don't care who wins. I just want somebody to win. I will not be mad. Quick kick out made by Mina Shirakawa. Ooh, the right hand fist. Here we go. Kick out made by Riho. There we go. A team has to win. I'm happy they are at least giving the ladies some time in this match. It's not like less than 3 minutes. At least giving them a good, ample amount of time. And it's 3 hours. So, like, you really can't beat that. And obviously, I think the main event is going to be Hangman versus Shibata. Let's see. Windsor. Toni Storm. Ooh, kick. German suplex. Ooh, kick. It's German suplex. They have their own tag team. Hip attack. Woo. Hip attack again. Storm. Storm 0. I I am not mad about it. The timeless love bombs pick up the victory. I love it. Nice win. Nice win. Mwah, mwah. Yes. Gotta be vicious. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Toni be killed because I think Bo, and look, handshake made by Alex Windsor and Riho. I love it, love it, love it. But I feel like the only way Toni Storm is going to be healed, I would love for it to be Jamie Hayter. Yes, so Renee Paquette's doing a quick recap of everything that's happening in the tournament. So breaking news, Full Gear this weekend. So the 4 remaining teams that do advance will be in a 4-way tag team match, and they get to pick out the stipulation. So Miss Alicia, who is Alicia with in the back? Oh, Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, and that creep Don Callis.
That is not the only reason I'm so happy about no disqualification, because there is a clear winner and a clear loser, no more excuses. And you are going to thank us when you join the Don Callis family. There will be no kicking and screaming, and I'm actually very excited about this. I can't wait to see how you thrive under our rules. Do not talk to me about family, son. Every time I step in the ring, I represent my family. Every time I step in the ring, I fight to be my family. Hell, I fight alongside my family, my road family, the conglomeration. Just last week at Blood and Guts, we went to war together. We played together. So I have no intention of leaving that behind. So when I agreed to the stipulations for this match, I knew that failure is not an option. Saturday night, Full Gear, New Jersey, TNT title on the line, no disqualification. I will not be leaving my family. I will not be letting my family down. Matter of fact, I'm going to be making my family proud. And when I walk through that,
Oh, Lord. Here comes Hechicero and Okada putting the beating on Mark Briscoe. Oh, boy.
thank you for not agreeing to no physicality. I'm glad I could help because I know better than
Oh, boy. And also, where's Takeshita when you need him? Where is Takeshita? But up next, it looks like our main event for Dynamite is going to be Hangman taking on Shibata with Samoa Joe on commentary, and pretty much if Samoa Joe interferes, he has to forfeit his match at Full Gear this weekend. It's gonna be very interesting with Mark Briscoe, because if Mark Briscoe loses, he has to join the Don Callis family, which I'm still scratching my head over that stipulation, because I'm like, what? The better stipulation would be he can't challenge for the TNT championship again as long as Kyle Fletcher is still champion. That would have been a better stipulation than that, but here we are. Here we are. But thank you for joining with me because we're almost done. Hour number 2. We're almost halfway into hour number 2. And make sure to get your beverages, get everything else in there. Since it's on commercial, I'm going to take a quick break and get my legs in order and right before our main event. And perfect timing because we get to hear words from Pac before his big match with Darby Allin.
Maybe at this door. Fact of the matter is, nobody has seen or heard from you since. So who's to say? And I get it, Darby. You're probably intimidated. You're certainly scared.
Darby Allin is not intimidated by anybody.
So Darby, the boy who never quits. If you still have that backbone, do me a favor and answer my question. And don't worry, I am challenging you to legitimate competition. No nonsense. No weapons, no cattle prods, no tasers, no fire. Just me and you. Because the truth is, when you are stripped of all your bells and whistles, there is no way on planet Earth that someone like yourself can compete at the level of a legitimate athlete like me.
Well, we heard some words in from Pac. Very curious because Darby's not the kind of person to back down from anybody. And I think Darby will be okay without some of his toys. But we have our Dynamite main event, and we have Samoa Joe doing commentary. Pretty much, if he interferes, he has to revoke his opportunity for the AEW World Heavyweight title. Going to be very interesting. trying to stretch out my legs because you always get so tired. Why is everybody intimidating Toni Schiavone? Toni Schiavone. I can't blame Toni Schiavone. Can't blame Toni Schiavone. Oh boy. Oh, we're almost at hour number two. Courtney, hi Viper Vices. Courtney, I was just on Dakota Kai's Twitch live stream and I said TNA or AEW contact you. Anyway, she quickly seen it and didn't answer. That's really interesting. That's really interesting to see. I mean, maybe because I know Dakota Kai has been getting a lot of interest within not just AEW but TNA, but it's pretty much a final decision on the office to see how that goes. It's gonna be very interesting to see, but whatever Dakota Kai's decision she makes, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe she wants to, but she's venturing off into different things, and that's the beauty part of wrestling. And especially when they got released, they can venture into other things, and before they want to get back in the ring. But oh, speaking of that, Hangman Adam Page came out. I hope. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for Toni Schiavone. Oh, I think Samoa Joe's having too much fun with Shibata trying to destroy Hangman Adam Page, but here we are with our main event from Dynamite. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for Toni Schiavone. My goodness. Oh, Shibata, he's just cleaning out that chair. He's really I think this is more than just about the AEW World Heavyweight title. It's pretty much really softening up Hangman Adam Page for Samoa Joe this weekend and pretty much destroying him. Oh, a kick to the face. He's yelling across Bryan Danielson. Oh my goodness. I'm just laughing at the interaction between Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson. Toni Schiavone's like in the middle. Shibata's taking everything that you can. Oh. Sometimes you just need a good stretching. Stretching your legs, stretching everything else. I am definitely trying to do a lot of stretching, but I am going to do a lot of stretching right before Collision. Segues. I know Viper Vices, you missed Dakota Kai too, and she'll be back in the ring. It's just, at the end of the day, we just have to respect people's decisions. We have to respect people's decisions and see where they're at right now. And maybe she doesn't want to do a live appearances yet because we want to get in the right headspace with everything else. So once she's ready to go and everything else, and when she takes care of this and this, then she'll be ready. You just can't force anybody to do what they want to do. Jeff Brennerling. I watched Tony Schiavone since I was a teenager when he was in the NWA. Yes, he is. He's actually really good at interviews. He's very, very good at interviews. So I'm very happy Tony Schiavone is doing it alive and well. But yeah, we have our main event match. Oh, I'm sorry. Shibata taking on. No, that's okay, Viper Vices, but I just wanted to make a point because at the end of the day, it's her decision. And I would love to see her back in the ring soon, but just have to respect her decision. But Shibata and Hangman, it's pretty much Samoa Joe just wants to see Hangman Adam Page destroyed leading up to their match this weekend at Full Gear. Giving us Samoa Joe giving a standing applause. Okay, so now we know some of the matches on Collision. Obviously, of course, we know. That's a good question, Jeff Mitterling. So I think the last time they did this, they just went straight through Collision. So we're probably going to have Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Bryan Danielson doing commentary. I'm just waiting for that moment for Nigel and Danielson to commentate on the same show. And I just want to hear them interact with each other because I'm pretty sure Nigel McGuinness is going to call him at pretty much every single name in the book and seeing how Bryan Danielson's going to respond as well. And also, you know, if another person out there going to do commentary with Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley. Because if you saw, he did do commentary on Collision last weekend. No way he ain't going to do it on Dynamite with Danielson because Danielson still has some salt to lick with the entire Death Riders after almost ending his career. I still believe Nigel and Bryan Danielson need to bond together because they have issues with the Death Riders. I feel like almost everybody has issues with either the Death Riders or the Don Callis family. But I'm watching this on picture in picture. It looks like Shibata's just pretty much taking advantage. Well, taking advantage, but it looks like Hangman refusing to bow down to anybody. And we're back live with our Dynamite main event. Shibata taking on Hangman Adam Page. And we do see Samoa Joe on commentary. But if Samoa Joe gets involved, he has to forfeit his match for the AEW World title this weekend at Full Gear. I'm trying to think, how does he wrestle in cowboy boots? Wait, I like Collision to get Robbie. It's fine. I like Collision to get Bobby Cruz to be the ring announcer and not the. You mean R Kitty? I actually do like R Kitty being a ring announcer for Collision. I don't think it's R Kitty. Nice counter by Hangman. Hangman is a cowboy for the people, but he can be a stubborn ass cowboy. And he countered that kick by Shibata. Sorry, I'm laughing at him. Jeff, be fair. I don't think our kitty stinks at all. I mean, she's just doing her craft. I mean, she stepped up to the plate. I mean, I like our kitty. Oh my god. Yeah, that was an interesting kick by Shibata. Yeah, pretty much. They're kind of. I kind of knew they were shifting right into Collision. It's kind of weird because, yeah, it's 10 o'clock. We're pretty much on Collision. This is the final hour. I can't believe it. Hour number 3. And Jeff, bitterly, that's okay because I'm a wrestling fan myself. I know you like the tradition where people grew up liking the classics, but that's okay. I mean, you don't like somebody, and you don't. So I'm a wrestling fan too. I mean, there's going to be some things I don't like about it, but it's very tough, Boza. I mean, we're on hour number 3, final hour, but oh my goodness. I'll never forget when I did back-to-back 4 hours of AEW Dynamite and Collision. That was crazy. I didn't get done till like midnight. It was crazy. I mean, the action was great, but it was just like keeping me awake, making sure I had the stamina and energy that I needed to do. That's why after 10 o'clock, this is up, I'm going to bed. I know both of those back-to-back weeks, that was just crazy. But, oh, he took off his boot. Oh, he put his cowboy boot on. He took off what? He had one shoe on. He took his cowboy boot on. And your winner of this match is Hangman Adam Page. And I can tell you, Samoa Joe's irate. and he had a cowboy boot in the air and put that on like it wasn't a flick. Oh, that's the reason why he's an AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That's why I think after this whole segment with Samoa Joe is over, I think they're going to shift over because I said if MJF doesn't interfere in the match, I think he's going to be in the Casino Gauntlet for the national championship. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. But we're back. But we shifted things over from Dynamite, and we're now on to Collision, and we're just getting the conclusion of Hangman and Shibata, him and Samoa Joe having a stare down. That's going to be a very intense match this weekend. Very curious on what the panel's going to pick for bold predictions. Oh, Hangman's on the mic. Let's hear what he has to say.
And though you may be at the commentary desk with the rest of commentary, all but a poncho on your head, Joe, you are now alone. And when you walk into a steel cage with me at full gear, I want you to remember this. I want you to remember that you don't have Will Hobbs because I sent him to the hospital. I want you to remember you don't have Shibata because I just sent him to it.
Why do I feel like Samoa Joe is
I want you going into full gear to remember what I did the last time I was locked inside of a steel cage with another man.
I remember.
Because if I have to do it Saturday, I swear to God, I will do it again.
Oh boy. Why do I feel like Samoa Joe has some tricks up his sleeves? I feel like he has something up his sleeves. And there are some people that say Samoa Joe can win the belts. It's going to be a very intense steel cage. I would think that would be the main event, the AEW World Title. Oh, he took off his shoe. Ooh, that shoe in the air. Yeah, they're showing the replay again of Hangman and Page winning. Oh, he gave him a low blow. Oh man, that's an interesting cowboy for you. And now we're shifting gears to AEW Collision. Oh boy, yeah, I would think the AEW World Title has to be the main event. All right, let's hear from FTR and that Weasel Stokely ahead of their match this weekend.
Do you think that anything that you've done will be remembered in 9 years? I don't think so. Brody, Bandito, I want you guys to relax tonight. I want you guys to enjoy tonight. There's no games. We're not going to lock you in any room. Your grandmommy's safe. Take the Dragon Speedball is safe. You guys enjoy tonight. Because Saturday, we're going to take those balls. You might be doing good for every year. On a Saturday, we close the ball. And 9 years ago, we did have a classic tag team match. But since then, we've had 6, 7, 8 other matches considered the greatest tag match of all time. We've also been 10-time World Tag Team Champions across 7 different promotions. So why is Saturday night so important? Why is full gear so important? This reign, this match is what we hang our hat. This is what we live our legacy on. This is what we build our foundation of one era of tag team wrestling and professional wrestling. Unfortunately, Bro Vito, you're the ones in the way. Saturday night, full gear, 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions, and we will go down as the absolute best tag team of all time. Bandito, have Abuela come say hello. Top guys, out.
Well, that was very interesting, but we do have our final quarterfinal match for the AEW Women's Tag Team title. We have Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir taking on TayJay. And we do see Penelope Ford in that sling with that shoulder injury. It kind of sucks. And actually, it would be really interesting, too, if Megan and Marina went further. What would Penelope thinking right now? Boza, I have many things regarding the tag team division in AEW right now, because that's what I'm very concerned about. The same way I am with Mercedes and Chris Statlander. Yes, winners get to choose the type of match. So who will be joining the Babes of Wrath, the Sisters of Sin, the Timeless Love Bombs? I know, they call her the Problem. She says she's gonna take all your favorites. Poor TayJay. I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for the girls. Well, here come the BFFs of AEW. Joe, please win for me. Oh, God. I think they're going to be the biggest underdogs, TayJay. I know they got the biggest hurdle. I said if TayJay wins, I am going to post this clip, my reaction clip, if they win. But they're going to be the biggest. Yeah. If it was her, if it was Penelope, I would have been fine. But look at I will say Ty is no joke, and Ty has a background in jiu-jitsu, so do not mess with her. She has a background in jiu-jitsu, so Ty is no slouch because she's from Brazilian. I just hope this is not a squash match, to be honest with you. I really do not want this to be squash. Yeah, judo and jiu-jitsu. Nice double team by TayJay. I know TayJay has had their issues with Megan Bayne in the past. And I hope it's not a squash. Well, Jeff Mitterling, just a little bit of background on Marina Shafir. She is an MMA fighter. And she's also the reigning Defy Women's Champion. So, just a little FYI. God, I hope not. Ooh, what is Ty and Anna doing? Oh, I guess Anna slipped. Ooh, nice crossbody by those two ladies. Yeah, that's the thing that's gonna make it great, because I call him the original. Okay, so now we know the main event will be the Ring of Honor interim Ring of Honor Television Championship. It will be Mercedes and Red Velvet. Yes, you did, Jeff Fennerling. Just to let you know, she is from MMA and she does have a background and the reigning. And also with the fact too, it's funny because like some of the matches I've seen her in Defy with Marina Shafir, she's actually really good. And it's funny when she's on the mic, she's always saying that she's looking for competition. Always looking for competition. And this match will be in picture-in-picture. So the match is still continuing. Oof, we see Megan and Marina really putting on a beating on TayJay. Oh, boy. Sorry, I'm looking at all you chat bit. Let's see. She has confidence outside of her. Won't tap. Oh, yeah. Like, she's had major clips in Defy. Like, she definitely, because she's always saying that she wants competition. Oh, boy. And also, I'm looking at everybody's comments and saying Red Velvet. Well, I'm going to say this. Come on, TayJay. I think a lot of people are rooting for TayJay to win this match. They are the ultimate underdogs in this match. And there's nothing wrong with being an underdog. I'm just looking at everybody's clips. Boza, I'm going to say this. If Mercedes does win, Chris Statlander needs... This is where Chris Statlander needs to retain this weekend. Because and it's crazy because I was saying this to Boss Lady over the summer. This was right after she won the CMLL Women's World Championship match. And this is like nothing against her per se, because honestly, I was never a big fan of like belt collecting if it didn't mean anything. And nothing against her trying to put women's wrestling on a global standpoint. But it just kind of gets to a point where you don't want to stretch yourself out too thin. And just like Bryan Danielson said, the stamina is really going to kick in and gas you out. And it doesn't matter if you're her or Okada or FTR or Kenny Omega. It's really going to creep up on you. And then you get to experience this doubt and this obsession because you collected all the belts you want, except the one belt that you want except the one belt that you've been aiming to get since you've been signed with AEW. And then it's like kind of a slap in the face because if you let Mercedes beat Chris Statlander, then it's like she only beat Chris Statlander because she didn't beat Toni Storm. And that's not fair for Chris Statlander at all. That's why I'm like, I have to really defend because, you know, everybody always has a bias and a self-delusion, including myself sometimes. But sometimes I have to be realistic and I have to stand up for Chris Statlander because I don't like it how her fan base are thinking some of the women in AEW are nobodies and amateurs and all this stuff, where some of them do not know that half of them actually won the AEW Women's Championship and titles before she got there. So that's where I'm concerned. But we're back live. We have the final quarterfinals match for the AEW Women's title. We have TayJay, the underdogs, the original BFFs of AEW, taking on Marina, Shafir, and Megan Bayne. And Ty is really putting on a clinic. You don't want to mess with a Brazilian chick because they can be crazy in a good way. Well, at least it's not a squash match. I'm very happy it's not squash. Ooh, nice German suplex by Ty. I'm pretty sure Sammy's in the back rooting for his wife. Ooh, nice kick. And Penelope, she's just looking at ringside like, really? Oh my goodness, double DDT. They're putting on it. They're doing teamwork. At least not making them weak. And I think they're going to do a double submission. Suplex. And I just realized. Megan Bayne hasn't lost a match. The only match that she lost was against Miguel Toni Storm back in April. And I thought Harley would give her another pinfall loss, but that's going to be very interesting. And that's a good point, Danielson. Look at Penelope. She's at ringside and she's just so concerned. Quick kick out by Megan Bayne. Danielson pointed that out. Well, let's see. That should have been the whole concept. Megan Bayne fighting both ladies by herself. Is she really putting on the Queen Slayer? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it looks like it's not a surprise. Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir advance. They beat TayJay. Unless they have a bigger story for TayJay. Well, a 4-way tornado tag. It'll be the Sisters of Sin, the Babes of Wrath, the Timeless Love Bombs, and Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. My mother! A chicken coop. Ooh, a death match. No. I love it. They can be very lethal, by the way. Ooh. You don't mess with Mother Timeless. She is calling it. I'm still waiting. A tie pad death match. Oh my god. Oh my god. If they win, all hell is gonna break loose. And I'm gonna tell you something. Oh my goodness. I pay to see Toni Storm. Well, actually, that would be very interesting because we thought we were going to get it. I mean, well, yes. Well, I mean, Toni Storm does because I don't blame her. I mean, especially after Jon Moxley was on commentary. Oh my goodness, that is just insane. Yeah, I mean, Toni Storm, what's her look back? I mean, she gave a Storm 0 to Marina Shafir. Jon Moxley had no clue, and I think that's the competition that Marina Shafir wants because it's like you didn't let it. I mean, you kind of did with Willow, but you kind of dropped the ball with that. Then it was Chris Statlander and Darby Allin teaming up together against Yuta and Marina Shafir. But they're doing a promo on Chris Statlander. And they're showing the scars from last week. Yeah, Chris Statlander is making. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I will say that fatal 4-way tornado match this Saturday, it's going to be very interesting. Yes. In the words of Toni Storm, what a woman Chris Statlander is. But as I mentioned, Toni Storm versus Mox. Listen, I'm waiting on Darby Allin and Toni Storm to team up together. I mean, you did get Chris Statlander and Darby to team up. I'm just waiting for Toni Storm and Darby to team up because I can imagine them wreaking so much havoc towards the Death Riders. It would be insanity. And I think her and Darby would kind of feel off one another. They would kind of think like each other. I would pay and just enjoy that to see Darby and Toni teaming up together. That would just make my day. But kids, we're in the final hour and we're almost at the last 30 minutes. My God. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. So make sure to get your beverage, go to the bathroom, stretch for a little bit because I'm going to stretch because we got soon to be last 30 minutes. So hang on tightly and I'll be back shortly. Back. Oh my God, that was a mother. Well, actually, there are two women that Moxley is scared of: Willow and Toni Storm. I would throw Chris Statlander on the mix too, because Chris Statlander is not a woman that doesn't want to be messed with. But Willow and Toni Storm scare Jon Moxley. I can't blame those ladies for that, because those two had the guts to take out Marina Shafir. I just realized Hangman's promo about Joe being a poncho was Boss Man calling out. Oh my God. Oh yes, the weather delay. My God. Oh, and we have Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn, because they mentioned they will be in that 200K match for the tailgate brawl this weekend. $200K. I'm pretty sure the missus will probably tell Juice to save the money. Because when Sammy, I forget how much money it was, but Sammy won a money match on Collision. And Ty told him to stop spending it and save it for the baby. And he did. So I'm pretty sure Mrs. Juice Robinson will tell him to save the money if they win. And as much as I would love to go for the Bang Bang Gang, I mean, you kind of know who I'm leaning for. Which I'm trying to think in my head. My God. If they win 200K, I kid you not. If Caster and Bowens win 200K, my God. Yep, that was it, Boza. Okay, so we have another match happening. We have Mascara Dorada against the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Of course, we have Hechicero and that creep Don Callis. Well, yeah, Boza, we're going to see him all night. We've seen him all night anyway. This will be the last time we see him. This will be the last time we see him. Pretty much it is. Well, this is a double Jeopardy match because if Mascara Dorada wins, he gets a future shot at the AEW Unification title. But if Okada wins, then 3 members of the Don Callis family get a shot at the CMLL World Trios titles. Interesting. And I know Takeshita, he's all over in Japan because he is the reigning IWGP champion. Toni Shibata. I'm sorry, folks. He's back. Toni Shibata, you can't do it. But yeah, this is going to be a good match. Look, I know people are tired of Mercedes collecting belts. I've already said this on my watch of the last couple months. I'm already sick of Okada carrying all 3 belts, and you're not going to give him much title reign to do with it. I mean, I know the unification match, he's only had 2, 3 defenses. Actually, 4, if I'm being honest. Yeah, 4. Yeah, like around 4 defenses. Yeah, Boza, he is. He's promoting Wrestle Kingdom. He's getting ready. Mr. Takeshita. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him versus Okada because I'm going to tell you something. Those 2 are going to be on fire. They're going to be on fire. I know, Boza. And I said this last couple months, I'm already sick of Okada collecting belts because it's like, what's he going to do with it? And also, just a reminder, next week on Thanksgiving Eve, AEW Dynamite. Continental Classic time. We're in Continental Classic Mayhem next week. That is true. Yeah, I'm already sick. And I said that too. I'm already sick of Okada collecting all these belts. Especially if he ain't gonna. You only lost. The one loss he had was against Bandino. Yeah. I hate how he's walking around with all 3 belts. He should be walking. Exactly. I don't know why he took away the AEW International. I mean, it's going to be a good match. Mascara Dorada. Oh boy, now I have to. I mean, it's gonna be a good match, but I'm already sick of Okada. Hi, Maria. Thank you for joining. But I'm looking at the chat here because what is going on here? Dylan, what are you saying about Toni Storm being a double champion? I wouldn't mind if she carried 2 belts, but oh, nice move by Dorada. I would say Mascara Dorada has been showing a lot since being on AEW the last couple months. He really has. And yep, I said this for the last couple months. I'm already sick of Okada with all these belts. I didn't even like it when he had the international title belt. Too many belts. Because honestly, even with the Continental Classic last year, you let him hold that belt for a year and a half. I don't even know what they plan on doing it, but if I don't get Takeshita versus Okada soon, I'm going to be a little bit bummed because that was a match that could have at least, but I understand why, because Okada is the reigning IWGP champion, so he has to start promoting for Wrestle Kingdom soon. And also, and I can't believe we did not talk about this on WWT. So if you've been following New Japan lately, you already know Tanahashi is on his retirement tour. And we did find out his final match will be in January 2026 during Wrestle Kingdom. It will be against Kazuchika Okada. And they will meet the last time. You know what would be really funny? I don't know how they do it. It would be pretty hilarious if Takeshita just like came in and screwed Okada and let Tanahashi win. That would be really hilarious. And that could really build up the rivalry between Takeshita and Okada. Because it's like you're not letting Okada, you're just letting Okada have an accessory. Like, here you go. Here's a belt and you can walk around with it and do whatever you want with it. And I'm not going to lose. But we are in picture between Mascara Dorada against Okada. This is a double Jeopardy match. If Okada wins, members of the Don Callis family get a shot for the CMLL World Trios title. If Mascara Dorada wins, he gets a future opportunity for the AEW Unified Championship match. But we're back live from Boston, Massachusetts. We're on the final go home show before Full Gear. We have Mascara Dorada taking on Kazuchika Okada in a double Jeopardy match. But I will say Dorada had a very impressive showing at All Out in Toronto for that triple threat match. That was really, really good for the AEW Unified Championship match. How many belts can Mercedes lose titles? Well, I think it's only a matter of time because then you have to think of like who's going to be the one to defeat her. And for me, I don't want it to be like a pick and choose. I really want them to be very strategic on this. I don't want them to be like, oh, here's this. So I really want them to really think about this a lot. We shall see. Oh, look at that. Yeah, because this is under. It's pretty much under, even though it's a unification title, it's kind of similar to Continental rules. So, just putting on a clinic on Okada. Nice Hurricanrana by Dorada. He's really getting the fans behind him. I love how Shivani just said a 3-hour paper. Every time he shows a video. Well, technically, it's kind of is. It's pretty much the go home show right before we get out of here for Full Gear this weekend. It just, just a little preview and a final stop. Also, just to make sure once everything wraps up, they are going to do, once everything wraps up here with Collision, they're going to shift over to the Countdown to Full Gear, where they're going to highlight some of the biggest stories leading up to Full Gear. So you don't want to miss that. I've watched it a few times, and I do like the visuals and the storytelling aspects of it. I love it. That's one of the things I love about, like, that's one of the good things about AEW. Dealing with lots of... I think Bob Called will be very proud of Tony Schiavone. I still can't get over his mean mucking face when he was with Don Callis. I'm like, my God, Tony. Oh, look at this. He's giving... Okada's giving the finger out to the... I'm already sick of him giving the finger out to anybody anyway. Dorada putting up that next slide. Drop kick. Not Rainmaker, but Dorada's countering. Quick kick out made. What's Dorada doing? 450 splash. Quick kick out made by Okada. Yep, they're going to be back in Hammerstein December 20th and 21st. So if you live in New York, this is a good match. Oh no, I hope Dorada's not hurt. Don't say that. Boy, hopefully he's not hurt. Oh, I thought that was 3. You got the fans on their feet. Drop kick. It is a freaky match because you don't know what to expect. Is that the move he did from Takeshita? He did the Rainmaker, but did he do a move similar to the what Takeshita does? But your winner of this match is Okada. Oh, Dylan, give me a break. He's still a creep. So because of the win, 3 members of the Don Callis family get a shot for the CMLL World Trios title. So it looks like we have another match for Tailgate Brawl. We got the CMLL World Trios title. Oh, Takeshita will be back. I can tell you Okada's not really happy about that. Dear God. My God. Hechicero, Okada, and Takeshita. Courtney will be there for all 9 hours. Yeah, I'm hoping it's not 9 hours, but yeah, okay. Well, Jeff Betterling, just a quick FYI, I will be there in person for Full Gear this weekend, but it is shaping up to be a stacked card. She could rest that too. Oh, nice. She shared her birthday with Julia Hart. Oh, and here are the Sisters of Sin with Renee Paquette.
Excessive love for one's excellence. I've smiled in blood because nothing you can do will work. Their painless path will lead us to greatness. But your third sin is us. And if you think blood and guts was bad, wait until you see what's sick, twisted shit we're gonna come up with when they win at Full Gear. You don't know how toxic we can get.
Tekla. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have Chris Statlander, the AEW Women's Champion. Oh, so Chris Statlander is going to be doing commentary. I was very happy to see. Yeah, that was a really great promo. And I did love Tekla. She just came right in and she just dropped the bomb. And I'm like, after meeting her, she is really, really cool. After meeting Tekla in person, she is a cool person.
How will we afford the holidays? Go to Lowe's. They have great deals. And hundreds of gifts are under $50.
The Milo AI assistant can help you find the perfect gift and deals on them. Plus, if you're a Milo's Rewards member, you get more. And if I buy this battery, I get a free tool.
That's right.
Hard to believe. And we're on commercial. It's our last commercial break. Yes, came over to the States. So, yeah. Anything is possible. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not the first time I had to do 12 matches. I think for this is a pay-per-view. It's like, oh, we're just gonna throw right everything in. I just hope I don't fall asleep.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friends. And the first timers. The neighborhood heroes. And the out-of-towners. And it all goes together in Chevrolet. Good qualified lessees to get this 2026 Equinox. Fully runs $269 a month. Or get 0% financing on all 2026 Equinox models with you financed with GM Financial. It's not just a burrito. It's handheld. Well, yeah, now. Really fresh. Real ingredients. Hello, farm. Fresh every day. Responsibly ready. Without that fast stuff, there's magic happening.
Oh boy.
That's why we created Treadwell. Treadwell shows you transparent test results on how tires really perform. I use PayPal to buy this ticket. I'm paying it off over time. And I get cash back. No fees, no interest. Now I know why your parents are
Oh my goodness, I can't believe we're in our main event already. We're what, in the last 10 minutes? Boy. When you get to 2 hours, it's okay, but 3-4 hours, sometimes you need to stretch. But before I even log off, I do want to thank everybody for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesdays on this 3-hour edition. I don't think I'm going to do a post show tonight because it is very late, and I think I've had a lot of excitement for one day. But we are in our main event, and we are in Boston. So, of course, and look at all the male models that she has. And we do have the ring announcer for Ring of Honor. Well, she did. Yes. Well, she is getting a standing ovation in Boston. I mean, obviously, that's our hometown of Boston. Look at Chris Statlander's face. She seems so unamused by it. Oh my goodness. People in the front row are doing the CEO. 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 Sorry. I just had to do that. I know this is Red Velvet's first title defense. And she's also a friend of the show, by the way, of WWT. Make sure to check out our interview she did with Boss Lady. Hi, Frederick Cole. Thank you for joining. I know she was there, and I know Kane and Boss Lady were talking about this on Monday. But the crazy part about it is, make sure to check out our interview that she did with WWT. And also, Red Velvet said Mercedes was one of the people that she wanted to have a match with. But you don't want to mess with Red Velvet. And with the fact, too, she has a slightly good alliance. She slightly created an alliance with Athena, the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion, right before she got injured. Because we did see the two of them make a slight alliance. And Athena still has some salt to lick with Mercedes as well, because she is not over her. So we're going to see these two ladies battle it out in the main event of Collision. Because I will say Red Velvet is no joke. There's a reason why she's the reigning Ring of Honor television champion. I'm just very curious on what Chris Statlander is just staring, and it's unfazed by her. Well, I mean, I don't think they're going to make her lose in Boston. I don't think they're going to make Mercedes lose in Boston. That's her hometown, which we have seen where some people did lose in their hometown, but Red Velvet, she's just oozing confidence. I love that about her. Well, Jeff Metterling, just a quick FYI, Mercedes, Moné, and AEW's put on a lot of banger for matches. Go check out some of her matches when she was at Wrestle Kingdom, especially against Mina Shirakawa. She did put on some bangers with Chris Statlander going back to last year, Full Gear. Obviously from All In Texas. I know exactly. It's going to be very interesting to see. You better take your eye off the ball, girlfriend. What did she do? She really, man, she really wants to grab the Ring of Honor. If I was forget about Statlander. If I was Athena, I would be really upset because she she helped out with getting Ring of Honor to where it is today. I just hope it doesn't end very stupid. Really? Apparently, she pushed Red Velvet on the Chris Statlander. Okay. Anytime, Jeff Meddling. Oh my God, she just pushed Chris Statlander. I'm gonna tell you something. She did Eddie Guerrero. Look at Aubrey. I really don't want Red Velvet to lose. Chris Stat. And the match is still going, but it's on picture in picture, by the way. But Red Velvet, she's oozing confidence. I just don't want this to be a squash match. I know she has to be happy on the inside, and it's crazy. We were just talking about Eddie Guerrero. And last week was the anniversary of his death. Crazy. That was an Eddie Guerrero trick. He lies, he cheats, he steals. I hope she knows this is not a cakewalk. You ain't messing with Red Velvet. She's no joke. I don't watch a lot of Ring of Honor, but I am aware on who she is. I'm just. Oh boy. Oh God. I'm just losing my mind. I'm just losing my mind right now. I'm losing my mind. My goodness. Well, Jeff Meddling, to be fair, that's the whole purpose on why she's a heel. She needs to draw a lot of heat. Well, actually, it was the only time we ended Dynamite on time. That was only because I believe there was a soccer game that happened afterwards. And also when March Madness happens, they just have to cut it off right there. That's the only time you're going to see it. But yeah, not surprised. It's not surprisingly, it's going to go in overrun because I mentioned after they wrap up this, they're going to do the countdown to Full Gear, highlighting the biggest storyline. So, I mean, I'll give him a pass for doing overtime on this. Exactly. Sports is the only reason they had an overtime. That's the only time I've seen it. If it was a soccer game or March Madness, that's the only thing I would end if they end on time. Normally, Collision would end on time, but I know very rarely I have seen do a little bit of overrun, and that's okay. Yeah, I think for this week, like if it's leading up, if it's just the final one before a pay per view, I'll give them a pass. But we are back live with the Ring of Honor World Women's Championship match, our main event for Collision. We have Mercedes Moné taking on Red Velvet, and we do have Chris Statlander on commentary. I just hope Mercedes knows Red Velvet's no joke. And you know what's funny? Because I'm listening with Chris Statler on commentary. Toni Storm said something similar in a promo when she faced off against Mercedes too. Because she said, I'm only facing for one belt. God, I gotta pull up that promo that Toni Storm did back at leading up to All in Texas. Because she said something similar to what Chris Statlander just said. I thought Mercedes was gonna put on submission hold. Submission. But it looks like Red Velvet broke the submission. Ooh, it looks like Red Velvet's trying to put submission in, but Mercedes. Oh boy, that I've seen Red Velvet and win matches because of that submission. They're like, ring the bell. Yeah, Buzz, I think we'll probably get more stuff on Dynamite during Full Gear. I think depending, like, during Full Gear or after Full Gear, we'll probably get some stuff for Dynamite after the event, and they'll probably post it on socials. Oh, nice move by Red Velvet.
Is that something that you're going to target? Absolutely. Especially my finish. The Saturday Night Fever. Dropped right on my head. Of course I made it. Yeah, that was a great German suplex by Red Velvet. And she's got Mercedes locked in a submission here.
It's Mercedes. Oh my God, that's an interesting move. I didn't think that would happen. That has to be it. Kick out by Red Velvet. I hope Mercedes did not think this was going to be a walk in the park because of Red Velvet. Oh, now it's official. Kyle O'Reilly versus John Moxley in the No Holds Barred. It's official. Oh my goodness. That has to be an interesting move. Kick out by Mercedes. I feel like this is something Toni said, something similar. Similar. Oh, nice counter by Red Velvet. Yeah, Danielson pointed that out. Danielson pointed that out. You guys are way too fast than me. I'm trying to watch this match. Damn it. Oh boy, that's a hit. That's got a hit. Well, Chris Statlander. Oh my God, she's the new Ring of Honor interim television champion. I'm gonna say this. If I was Stat, you know what? If I was Stat, I would probably put a powerbomb on her. She's attacking Chris Statlander. She's putting her in submission. Well, yeah, it would be interesting, Dylan, on how she drops it. I'm going to tell you this. This is why I think Chris Statlander is going to win this weekend. Because it's going to be very interesting to see because she wants the AEW women's title. Well, Jeff Metterling next week, it'll be 2 hours. It'll be back to regular 2 hours. I think they did the 3 hours because of. And Mercedes took Chris Statlander's belt too. Girl, if I were you. See, this is the reason why Chris Statlander is going to win this weekend. Because, honestly. Oh, I love Chris Statlander's carrying Red Velvet in the back. I love that. She's such a good supporter. I just wish her and Willow would freaking make up, for God's sakes. But that pretty much ends AEW Dynamite because Mercedes got another belt. And I will say this. I think Chris Statlander is going to win. And I think this is something Toni Storm mentioned too. Yeah, I mean, she picked up for another belt. I think Red Velvet did come out strong. It was very interesting. Yeah, I knew the minute Chris Statlander won, I was like, yeah, Chris Statlander needs this win more than anybody else. And I said the same thing with Brodino. It's going to be very interesting how this is going to play out this weekend. And, well, we shall see what happens. But this wraps up Timeless Elite Wednesdays with me. And it was a very solid episode, go home show with AEW Dynamite and Collision for 3 hours. There were some hits. I think the one thing about the main event, I know with Mercedes, she won the belt, but I would have loved it if Chris Statlander would have got the last slap since she is the AEW Women's Championship. But we're going to see on that because I know everybody's picking her as picking Mercedes as a favorite, thinking, oh, okay, she's going to win and all that stuff. But I'm picking Chris Statlander because Chris Statlander needs that win more than anybody. But we shall see. But that wraps up Timeless Elite Wednesdays for me. I'm not going to do a post show because there was just so much happening. Yeah, Friday is going to be very interesting when we do bold predictions on the Full Gear this weekend. you know where to find me. I do want to thank everybody that joined with me. I want to give a shout out to Aaron Teagle, Maria Boza, our producer from the future, Dylan, popped in for a bit, Jeff Mindler. Trying to think who else did I miss. Viper Vices popped in for a bit. Eddie Foster popped in for a bit. Tommy, SS Rocks 2001, Tommy T. I do want to thank everybody for joining. Frederick Cole for joining. And yes, tomorrow on Ring of Honor, make sure to check out Athena, the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion, against Harley Cameron for the Ring of Honor World Women's Championship match. That is happening tomorrow. You can always follow me because I tweet periodically on WWT Live. You can always find me on my socials at Courtney NJ11. I'm always doing something. Wednesdays, you know I'm here. Next Wednesday, we're going to have a special Thanksgiving Eve edition of Timeless Elite Wednesdays. So make sure to get everything in check and everything in check and see what we can do. But yeah, this is your Timeless Elite, your PR princess signing off. And thank you for supporting Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, and I will see you on Friday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.